So hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about the material in the MGMT Management 2nd Canadian Edition workbook. So I will cover the chapters 1 and chapter 5 named Management and Planning and Decision Making respectively. So this is the outline. I will first introduce a case study, the story of Eric. I will talk about management, the 4 functions of management, the kinds of manager, the stage in transition to management. This is part of the chapter 1. Then planning, the benefits and the pitfalls, how to make a plan that works, and using groups to improve decision making as the chapter 5. So let's introduce our case. Eric is a non-managerial employee working in a large organization. He has always been inspired by being a manager, but did never really have the appropriate education to do so. However, Eric believes he has the required skills and motivation to move upward in the organization. As a top manager, Mark received positive feedbacks from his lower-level managers and requested Eric to participate to an interview for a management position. As Eric has a suitable knowledge of the organization, he is interviewed and he got the job. Therefore, he has to plan and implement a new program that would increase the productivity of non-managerial employees as he had been one himself. Still, Eric must be trained, and I was asked to build a document as well as a video aiming at explaining the basics of management. So first, what is management? Management is getting work done through others. Managers have to combine both the concepts of efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency being getting work done with a minimum of effort, expense, or waste, while effectiveness is accomplishing tasks that help fulfill organizational objectives. The role of managers is to lead lower-level workers toward the achievement of goals by means of motivation, inspiration, and encouragement. That way, the organization will be able to survive. Next, it's very important for Eric to understand the 4 functions of management that are an acronym that is POLC: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. First, what is planning? Planning is determining organizational goals and means for achieving them. Second, what is organizing? Deciding what decisions will be made, who will do what jobs and tasks, and who will work for whom. Next, what is leading? Leading is inspiring and motivating workers to work hard to achieve organizational goals. And finally, controlling. Controlling is monitoring progress toward goal achievement and taking corrective actions when needed. Then, another important thing is to know the kinds of managers. So there are 4. There are top managers, middle managers, first-line managers, and team leaders. Know that Eric is a first-line manager. Let's begin with top managers. Top managers includes CEO, COO, CFO, CIO, vice presidents, and corporate heads. Their main duties are creating context for a change, develop ownership and commitment in employees, creating a positive organizational culture through language and action, and monitoring their business environments. This is more a general approach to give to the overall company. Then, you have middle managers that are general managers, plant managers, regional managers, and divisional managers. Their main duties are to plan and allocate resources to meet objectives, coordinate and link groups, departments, and divisions. Then, monitor and manage the performance of subunits and managers who report to them. And finally, implement changes or strategies generated by top managers. Now, first-line managers. Note that this is what Eric will perform as a first-line manager. So it includes office manager, shift supervisor, and department managers. Their main duties are to manage the performance of entry-level employees, to encourage, monitor, and reward the performance of workers, to teach entry-level employees how to do their jobs, and to make detailed schedules. So now you have team leaders. So team leaders include team leader, team contact, and group facilitator. So their main duties are to facilitate team performance, to facilitate internal team relations, and to manage external relations. So this is more of a small type of duties if we compare to top managers. So now, it is very important for Eric to understand that there are stages in the transition to management. So after a year of experience, it's not the same as your initial expectations. But the more important is to understand that job is people development rather than being the boss or a formal authority. So you're more here to communicate, listen, and to make positive reinforcement to your team. Now, as for the benefits and pitfalls of planning, it is important that there is not only benefits to planning. First, we'll start with the benefit. So it is intensified efforts, persistence, direction, and the creation of task strategies. These four components help better performance from the employees as it guides them through a certain way of working. But there's also pitfalls. It includes impede change, false sense of certainty, and detachment of planners. So impede change. You can be so focused on goals that you forgot that you have to change or you didn't notice anything. There's false sense of certainty that you plan on assumptions, but you don't have to forget that you plan on assumptions and not reality. And finally, the detachment. So the detachment may be planners that plan things that they don't understand. Now, how to make a plan that works. This is very important when you have to plan a strategy. So first, to establish a goal. Second, to develop commitment to goals. Third, to develop effective action plans. Fourth, to track progress. And finally, to maintain flexibility. So establishing a goal. Using the SMART principle being specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely conditions, you can be in the possibility of creating a goal that fits the company's values and their goals. So specific. It has to detail exactly what needs to be done. Measurement. The achievement or progress can be measured. Attainable. The objective is accepted by those responsible for achieving it. Realistic. The objective is possible to attain. It is very important because it is a very motivational effect on employees. And timely, the time period for achievement is clearly stated. Then, developing commitment to goals. So it is important to set goal, and the employees has to have the determination to achieve that goal. So you have to set goal to make the goals reasonable, to make the goals public so that employee knows what the goals are. And you have to obtain the top management support so that it has more impact. Then, developing effective action plans. So an action plan lists the specific steps, people, resources, and time period needed to accomplish a goal. So it has four components. It answers to the question of how, who, what, and when. Then, you have to track progress. You have two ways of tracking progress. So you can set proximal goals to reach far off distal goals. So sub-goals permit employees to be more motivated. Also, you have to provide regular and frequent performance feedbacks to the employees. And finally, you have to maintain flexibility. You have to maintain flexibility by making small, simultaneous investments in many alternative plans. So finally, if you have trouble to find the optimal solution, you can use groups to improve decision making. There are advantages and pitfalls related to that option. So the advantages. You can view problems from multiple perspectives. You can find and access more information. You can generate more alternative solutions. And you can be more committed to making chosen solutions to work as it links to many people. Then, the pitfalls. You can be susceptible to groupthink and to considering a limited number of solutions. It takes a considerable amount of time. One or two people can dominate group discussions, so it becomes biased, and members don't feel personally accountable for decisions and actions. So now, Eric is ready to make a plan that works. We'll wish him a very good luck. Thank you for watching, and these are my sources.